All right, we are also being joined, in fact, now by Sanjay Hegde, Senior Advocate, Supreme Court of India. Mr. Hegde, welcome to the show. Thank you for being with us. What is your first reaction to this probe conclusion, which is out today, which hints at serious misconduct?
Well, my first question is, how did the report come out? It was obviously a secret document which had been forwarded by the judiciary to the executive for necessary action, including possibly impeachment. Now, Justice Kaul is here. He will tell you that these documents are meant only for the eyes of the highest authority is concerned. This ought not to have come out, and not in this fashion. It may be the case of an individual judge and the facts of an individual case. But based on that, as Mr. Mahesh Jethmalani was saying, the entire judiciary gets tarnished with this. I am really worried about the precedent that has been set. You see, you in journalism have long got used to police leaking out contents of investigation, of charge sheets and things like that, or draft charge sheets, and everybody goes around the table talking away. This is the first time in a judge's case where 3 judges, for the purpose of an in-house inquiry, submitted a report in confidence.
Yes.
A copy was given to the judge concerned, and the copy went to the judiciary, to the Chief Justice of India, who then forwarded it to the government. So my real question is, who leaked it? And
you're questioning how it's come in the public domain. You're questioning how it's come in the public domain. Fair enough.
Is a bad precedent.
Okay, fair enough. But what do you make of the contents now that you've had a chance to look at them?
Well, the contents, of course, are disturbing. They also need to be explained at greater detail. Right? The committee just looked at 3 questions. Was there cash? If there was cash, was it under the control of the judge or his family? And what is to be done next? They obviously were not in a position to gather where the cash came from. They were also not in a position to investigate the judge's defense that he was being framed. Essentially, they said yes, because of the witnesses and statements and the videos, they concluded that there was a substantial amount of cash in that room. They could not with any certainty ascertain the full value of the cash. And they said that because it is the judge's house, the particular structure is part of the house, it must be assumed that it was under the control of the judge and his immediate family.
Yes, yes.
So there are a lot of assumptions.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that the judge has not caved in, the fact that the judge wants to put out a defense, that intrigues me.
Okay. But how much damage do you believe all of this has done to the prestige of the judiciary, such an important institution in our country?
Well, there have been moments which have been bad for the judiciary, but the judiciary has always thrown out, it's come out with finer moments as well. Yes, it has damaged the judiciary. It has also damaged the legal profession. Because, as Mr. Jethmalani was saying, there will be disgruntled litigants who will say that they were done hard by. There will also be prospective litigants who will be asking lawyers, do you have any access to Judge X or Judge Y? And that is the real danger. Please, to those watching, I would like to believe that this is an aberrant situation. Maybe there is an explanation.
Okay.
And the fact that the judge concerned is insisting on his right of defense makes me open to the idea that maybe there is something to be said in his favor, which he wants to say.
Okay, but what
I'd
is
like
the
to hear
procedure
out the
ahead now?
case.
What is the procedure ahead now? What happens next in this case, Sanjay Hegde?
What happens next is that if Parliament chooses to take the impeachment forward, then they would have to constitute a committee under the Judges Inquiry Act. I've seen all these plants which say that, oh, 3 judges have already inquired, why should we repeat the exercise? No, those are 2 separate exercises, and if there is if there's a procedure which is prescribed in law, then that has to be followed. So if Parliament admits the motion and then sends it for a judicial inquiry in this session of Parliament, maybe by the next session of Parliament, the Judges Inquiry Committee will come out with a report.
Why do you believe Mr. Hegde has chosen not to step down just yet? And do you believe he should step down before such a committee meets so that parliamentary process begins?
See, these are very deeply personal questions. I can't speak for the judge, nor do I have any access to his mind. It would, if the person had no defense, he would have been looking for an out. If the judge, for any reason, believes he has a defense and he wants to put it forward, then he's entitled to.
What protection does a judge have against criminal proceedings, Sanjay Hegde?
Not much. See, all this thing about should the Delhi police have stayed away and, because the judiciary did not give permission, there has been no investigation, to my mind, is poppycock. They could have just filed a FIR against unknown persons if and when they wanted, after the end of the investigation, they wanted to add the judge as an accused. That is the stage when they could have very well gone to the Chief Justice for his permission. But there was nothing which prevented an investigation of the fire. Was it criminal in nature? Because the report itself mentions the possibility of arson.
Yes.
So now if somebody were able to set fire to a judge's bungalow,
Okay.
then there certainly could be a criminal act.
Okay.
While there is a protection for an individual judge, there is no protection for criminals at large.
Okay.
And certainly there is no reason why this matter could not have been criminally investigated.
Do you believe then that now criminal proceedings should be initiated?
Well, even now it can be. I see no reason why it cannot be.
Should the process be directed by the court then to bring
No,
in the ED,
why?
to bring in the ED or the CBI?
I'm sorry, but what prevents a policeman from filing an FIR? Why do you need a court supervision? If you are investigating an incident which may have criminal overtones, without bringing the judge, without directly saying that the judge is an accused.
Yes.
Because see, there could have been a crime in as much as somebody brought that money and kept it there, whether the judge or somebody else also. There could be criminality there. There
Okay.
could have been criminality in the possibility of arson.
Okay.
A determined investigator would not have found
Okay.
the requirement of go ahead from the Chief Justice too much of a bother.
All right. Let's leave it at that. Sanjay Hegde, thank you for joining us with your perspective on that big story.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.